What's up, everybody? Good morning, and welcome to another episode of DoMoreLife. As Agent Unscripted has prompted me to say, please feel free to hit the thumbs up button, guys. I greatly appreciate it, and so does the YouTube algorithm. As we now have a new goal to get this channel back on track and back in a growth stage. Speaking of growing, I woke up, but before we get started talking about travel and tourism news in 2021 here in July, which we have quite a bit to cover today, and I'm going to make it quick, and I'll tell you why I'm going to make it fairly quick. What's up, Paul T? Good to see you. And Agent Unscripted. I don't know if Robert's here yet, but he will be. Who else is in here? I don't know. Nobody else is. Oh, Mr. Charles White. The one and only Mr. Charles White. Hey, Jose, good to see you, bro. Thanks for dropping in. Don't forget to hit that. Don't forget to hit that like button for me. I appreciate it. I'm going to be pulling up a whole bunch of news articles today, and hopefully shedding some light on exactly where things are. This is not a Debbie Downer live stream by any means. I look forward to any and all discussion that we may have regarding the situation. I'm trying to get my phone to work so I can pull up this news for you. If I can, I'll pull it up from a website. Ross, what's up, man? What does Tabo mean? Did I misspell it? If I misspelled it, then I will fix it. It's on the thumbnail. Tabo. Not sure. But we all know that was a typo, so just saying typo is good enough. But thank you for that reminder there, Ross. I do appreciate it, and I will certainly fix that in the thumbnail. So thank you. Travel and tourism news. First and foremost, I got up. I did what I told you guys I was going to do. I got up this morning quite early. Looks like I'm going to have to pull news from other sources here because for some reason I can't seem to get it up on my phone. So I got up this morning at 3 a.m., had a hour and a half conference lesson with an online teaching company at 5 a.m. and that lasted till 6:30 a.m. It's now 8:23 a.m. So I've just had a very, 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 very busy morning and looking forward to a continued very, very busy day today. So hopefully all that goes well and the second job will appear and we will all be ready to go. I'm really excited about that. So that's a little bit of a personal update. And today's a holiday in Thailand, by the way, in case you didn't know. But lots of stuff to do today. Is probably why my eyes look a little bit baggy. And I'm going to get on that. So let's talk about, we've had about 3 minutes for people to roll in. Let's talk about travel and tourism, particularly foreign tourism in Thailand and the rest of Southeast Asia in July of 2021. Where are we exactly in the process? And what's going to happen if some things don't change? In order for me to do this, I'm going to have to go over because my phone is giving me tremendous amounts of problems again. I've got to get a new phone at some point. I mean, I just absolutely have to. I don't know how I'm going to do that, but we'll figure it out somehow, for sure. So I'm looking at Tiger's website now, and we have, let's make sure we go to news in Thailand. I haven't navigated their actual website, so I just go to the latest. There was an article that came out not too long ago, and I wanted to go over some of the data from that. Thank you for dropping the PayPal link and the Cash App in there. I certainly don't expect anything today, but if we get something, that would be great. Always appreciated. As always, I'll pin the message to the top. Thank you, Robert. Jimmy Akida, good evening to you. I just saw your name in there. Charles says, travel from the Thai dictionary for casually thinking about travel. LOL. I like that. Yeah, it was early schedule, Ross, for sure. Asian Script said a new phone falls under channel equipment. It actually does, because a new phone is not only going to make I mean, I don't really do a lot of talking on this phone anyway, but I do a lot of business on the phone. And with a new phone that had stabilization and everything, I could literally shoot content everywhere I go in Bangkok without having to worry about people looking at me crazy with my camera. So that would be a very interesting prospect. I hope to be able to get a new phone sometime soon. Ross says PayPal offers 6 months no interest. If you use PayPal credit to make purchases, you can buy the new phone that way. If PayPal would give me a credit card, I probably could do that, Ross. That's a good point, man. T-Mobile allows 2-year payments, no interest. That would work, but they would have to send me the phone here. I don't know exactly how that would work, so I would have to look into that. But those are good ideas, Ross. Very good ideas. Thank you for sharing that with us. So let's see if my deadbeat phone will open up the application that I needed to open up. No, it just won't. It just won't do it. In fact, it won't do anything right now. So let's do something that I normally don't do, and let's cut the phone off. And then we'll try to cut it back on and see if I can get it up that way. In the meantime, big news from the Thai Red Cross. They have ordered 5 million doses of Moderna. Thai Red Cross order of 5 million Moderna vaccines in process. Now, this in process stuff, see, this is where we get in Thailand, where we get the confusion, like the mad confusion, right? Because many times, these things that are in process never play out. And that's been a problem that we've seen over and over again. What have been the major problems to foreign tourism returning to Thailand, to Thailand opening up, as far as just opening up as a country and removing some of these lockdowns and travel restrictions? I would say that for the most part, it has been the inability to put out or to get vaccines to people. Those are facts. This is not fake news. We all are very aware that it's been very problematic over here. Trying to get a jab. I was fortunate enough to get one. Got some news on the jab that I received yesterday, which was actually good news. It said that after one jab of the AZ, that you were more than, it gave a number, but I'm not going to give the exact number because I don't want, I'm not a doctor. This is not medical advice. I'm not any of that stuff. So, but more than 80% efficacy is what that one jab did. So the 20 hours of side effects that I had seemed to be well worth it. Now, let me see if I can get the app open on my phone here, guys. Or is it gonna? Yeah, it looks like it's starting. Let's see. If it does, it'll be a whole lot better. Yeah, reboot. That's what I did, Charles. Ross says ship to parents and then have dad send it to you. I did that 4 years ago. Not a bad idea, Ross. Not a bad idea. Mango, what's up, buddy? He says, good morning, JC. Just having breakfast and you popped up. Here I am. Just like that. How about that? I want to get to the latest news first. Ross says 5 million for a population of 65 million. Nice drop in a bucket. No, right? Agent Scripted said my second jab has made me very sleepy. I've slept more than 40 hours in the last 52. Hey, if that's the only side effect you've had, then you've done very well. What's up, Roger McGee? I think we missed you all weekend, bro. Or were you here for one of the weekend live streams? Love you, man. Good to see you. 5 million for next year, too. Hi, all. I certainly hope it's more than that. So from the Tiger, they've got a Monday COVID report, world situation, and news briefs. And I'm just going to read you, because we set another record Hey, Lyle. Good morning to you, bud. Good to see you. Great to see you, actually. Thank you for stopping by again. This is 3 days in a row you've been here. I appreciate it. And thank you guys for the likes so far. I really appreciate that, too. So let me just read from here and we'll discuss it a little bit. What's up, LMAO? You're live. Right on. Have a great one. Heading out for a walk. Peace. Cool, man. Enjoy your walk. I'll be in touch, brother. I hope you are doing well and having a good morning. It's been a very early morning for me. Gregory, what is up? Hadn't seen you in a long time, man. So when can we actually go? Been over a year and a half. November, getting antsy in Brooklyn. You can come now. Technically, you can come now if you have all your stuff together. Right now, the best way to come is probably the Phuket Sandbox or the Samui Plus models. You can look those up. I'm not going to go into great detail about those on this live stream, as I plan to do videos later in the week with a little bit deeper breakdown, or maybe I'll just do videos on some different topics that I've been thinking about. I'm not sure yet. Gregory says, morning all, on shift, but thought I would say hello. Hey, Gregory, good to see you, man. Glad you're working, and appreciate you being channel member and part of the line group. The line group's having a lot of fun, guys. So if you're not a channel member, you might want to consider becoming one by hitting the join button below this video. We have a line group that's really doing a good job of passing around a lot of very important information. Roger says, sorry, but seeing Thailand stuff is kind of depressing for me right now. I've been staying away from it a little. Hey, fair enough, man. I could completely understand your point, Roger. And I hope you get to make it back over here sometime soon, for sure. But the DoMoreLife family, and certainly myself, Roger, you know I'm always here for you, bro. So if you need to talk, you need to vent, or you need anything at all, just let us know, bro. By all means, please let us know. And Robert Ann's in kind of the same situation too. Talk to him pretty frequently, and he's missing Thailand, so we'd like to get him back over here as well. But yeah, anything we can do for you guys, let us know how we can help. Even if it's nothing but a conversation, it's better than nothing. Everybody's feeling your pain. Hey, Jose says feeling your pain, and I think everybody is. That's not that's in America. In fact, Asia Unscripted was talking about it earlier, about how he doesn't really know about coming or staying or was that that wasn't Asia Unscripted. That was Charles White that was talking about that. He was saying he should be grateful, counting his blessings in America, but you count your blessings here too. It depends on, it's all about perspective. So there's really no right or wrong answer. Should you be there? Should you be here? Unless you have, circumstances that require you to be in a certain place, which I know some of you guys do. So I get it totally. And I definitely feel your pain. There's LG. What's up, dude? He says, I gave up on Thailand for this year. Nothing but bad news and evolving bad news regarding protection, vaccinated, catching it and spreading it. Yep, that's kind of been the headlines, brother. Unfortunately, it's just not looking good. But there are some positive things, and one of the things I read yesterday was some of the massive numbers that we're seeing, even though we set another record high today for infections with 15,376 and 87 people who passed. That's the people who passed is not a record, but the number of infections is another record, up a few hundred from yesterday. Even though those numbers are up, it seems like they're moving away out of central Bangkok. So, again, you'll probably see that spread out, and hopefully Bangkok can lift some of these restrictions, because right now it's difficult just to do anything in Bangkok. I mean, everything's closed. You almost have to know somebody to be able to go shopping. It's pretty rough. Banana bread. I love banana bread, Asian script. Decision time says Samui Plus, all booked September 17th arrival. 2 more last hoops finished by a week from Tuesday. Then can start my OA visa, then COE after. It sounds like you got it lined up, decision time. Good for you, bud. I really hope you enjoy it. I hope it's everything that it's made out to be, and that you have the best time ever. I really do. I hope that you guys that are tourists that are coming in really are enjoying the Phuket Sandbox and the Samui Plus models that they're blending together. Charles White said, they say records made to be broken. This one will continue to go up for a bit. Question will be, question will be, how long before the knee-jerk reactions stop? Yep, and that's probably a never, to be honest with you, Charles. That's probably going to be a never. Those knee-jerk reactions have got to stop at some point. But to be able to get the Thai economy back flowing, going again, they're going to have to stop, learn how to live with this thing at some point. Robert V, good morning. Good to see you. All right, so Thailand's public health department has confirmed another 15,376 new infections. 87 people are no longer with us in the past 24 hours. Of those, 1,041 cases are from the Thai prison system. Thailand has now reached 500,000 reported COVID infections since the start of 2020. Just 4 months ago, when the so-called third wave kicked off, there were 1,247 patients in Thai hospitals. Now that number has reached 167,057, with 967 patients on ventilators. Provincial totals will be published early this afternoon, they say. Around the world, another surge in cases appear to be on the move, with 30% rise in new infections in the past month, from an average of 400,000 to 577,000 daily cases since the middle of June. The number of daily deaths has stabilized over this time, but with the rise of new infections, experts believe that there will be a rise in deaths as well, although probably at a lower rate as the world's vaccination rollout continues pace. In the U.S., there's been a 400% increase in new infections over the past 5 weeks. So we want to make sure that we're doing everything we can here to take care of not Bangkok, but Bangkok, but to take care of the Thai citizens, take care of everything that we could possibly do to help out the recovery of Thailand. And right now, a bullet point that says the Bangkok Metropolitan Administration's, or BMA, Medical Services Department says as of yesterday, 24,527 patients were being treated for COVID in public-private hospitals around the city. Yesterday, there were 5,875 new cases in the greater Bangkok area and 80 new people that passed away. They've also announced new C-19 related hotline numbers. I'll give these out to you just in case you want them. 1330, 1323, 1422, 1442, 1646, 1668, 1669, and 1506, starting today for any emergencies and access to quick information. Here's a piece of news that will interest some people. A train traveling from Bangkok to northeastern provinces, including Ubon Ratchathani, is carrying 40 people who tested positive, returning home for treatment and isolation in their home province. Now, that's where you're probably going to get that widespread stuff going on again, because they send a train with people on it that they know are infected back home to their villages. I'm not sure that's the best idea I've ever heard, but we'll see. Gregory says knee-jerk reactions are occurring across multiple multiple countries, including Australia. Yeah, I'm sorry to hear that too. Rob P, good morning. How long before a new one arrives? I don't know. I have no idea. Only time will tell. Ubon Ratchathani's province health chief is urging local residents to remain calm as the train is scheduled to arrive today. The train will depart Bangkok, heading to the northeastern province on a special mission. 1,490 passengers aboard will be traveling from the capital city, where hospital beds and staff are in short supply due to swelling C-19 infections. The nearly 1,500 passengers on the train opted to return to their home provinces for treatments. AZ has confirmed that it can supply 5 to 6 million doses a month of its jab to the country as planned, despite the complicated production process. We talked about that yesterday in the live stream a little bit, so I'm not going to go over it again. A rubber wood processing factory in Nakhon Si Thammarat, a southern Thai province, has been ordered closed for 14 days, reopening on August the 7th following 221 workers testing positive, says the Provincial Communicable Disease Committee today. The majority of cases, 166, were reported today. All of the workers will be tested soon. So, that's kind of what's going on right now in terms of tourism. There were a few things I wanted to mention on here. A very interesting poll here that was given, and that is a COVID-19 poll. This was done by the Bangkok Post, and it says a new poll shows that Thai people trust doctors for the C-19 information, but nearly half also trust social media. While nearly 85% find the onslaught of information available at least somewhat confusing. And I don't blame them. There's a lot of information going around, and it is confusing, and you have to do your own diligent research in order to find out the information on these things. It is confusing. The new Swan Dusset poll was conducted by Swan Dusset Ratchabat University between July 19th and 22nd, with 1,691 people responding online. Those surveyed were allowed to choose more than one answer for each question and were polled about the availability of information regarding COVID in Thailand. While just 15% of the people in the poll said they weren't confused by the overabundance of information sources about C-19, 41% said they were fairly confused, and 44% said they were confused by it. So, what info can you trust? A healthy 65% said they believe doctors and medical professionals are reliable information sources, and 60% said we should trust experts, researchers, academics, and influencers. But an eye-opening 47% of people put faith in Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and other social media sources for C-19 information. I would be abundantly cautious where I got my information from, and make sure that even when you get the information, no matter who you get it from, double check that information. Almost like when you go to the doctor and get a second opinion. Just think of it something like that. It says people use the information they found mostly to take better care of themselves and their families, with 91% saying they focus on their personal health and 81% on that of their family members. 80% said they made a point not to meet with others or go out unnecessarily. The poll found that 60% said they sought further safety information, but only 47% looked for resources about how to get vaccinated. What the respondents found most confusing is this in the sea of information was the ups and downs of the government's C-19 vaccine rollout. They're talking about the government here in Thailand. Yeah, I know, right? Law of trust influencers. That's probably not the best idea. Let's say that for sure. Or I can't say it for sure, but let's say that's probably not the best idea ever. 75. Wait. I'm sorry. This is talking about the government's vaccine rollout, which has been Some people have said it's been embarrassing to Thailand. I won't say it's been embarrassing to Thailand. I will simply just say that what the news has already told us, which is it's been a very slow rollout. The Thai government has apologized for the rollout, and because of the lack of vaccinations here, many are saying, and many medical professionals are saying, that is the reason you're seeing such high numbers right now, and why you're not seeing foreign tourism returning to Thailand, why you're seeing Thailand have a dismal 2021 tourism season, economic season. The baht is weakening. There are many things going wrong, but there are some things going right as well. And that is, it seems as though out of all this confusion and conjecture, Thailand, at least the government, seems to be catching on to the, hey, we got to do something about this right now concept. And to me, that's an upside, and I think that will be beneficial in the long run for the citizens of Thailand and the expats here in Thailand as well, or the foreign tourism sector. I believe that's going to be a pretty big deal. I just found out yesterday that after 3 weeks of the AZ jab, which I received, so I got about another, let's see, Sunday to Sunday. So I got 2 more weeks basically. And then I can go to Phuket or Koh Samui. And if we have the money, if the channel has the money, I'll go down there and record some video for you guys because I'm partially furloughed at work right now. So I have the time, and hopefully I have a second job teaching online by then too. So I'm trying to look at the silver lining in all this, guys, and that is, you'll either grow or you'll go, one of the two. That's what they told me in recovery, and I believe that in life. You either grow or you go. That it's pretty much that simple. And I'm just trying to grow through all this. It has been somewhat emotionally painful. The process was actually physically painful. If you don't believe me, you can go to my Instagram and look at my story of my jab. I recorded it. It's in the highlights on my Instagram page. You can check it out. And it's been challenging. And challenges are where we learn how to grow. Nothing grows inside a comfort zone. We know that. Lyle, I am so glad you got your second jab, and I am. Oh, you get it on Tuesday. Okay. Well, I certainly hope it goes as well as your first one for sure. Hey, Janice, good to see you. Very nice to see you again. Thank you for coming by the channel. I very much appreciate it. Let me catch up with some comments here, and then we'll continue reading. Roy Gold says, loads more rules to enter Koh Samui now. Yes, you are correct. We went over many of those rules yesterday during our live stream. So if you didn't catch the live stream yesterday, I encourage you to go back and watch it. You can watch these live streams as podcasts too, by the way, guys. So you can put them in your ear, especially if you have YouTube Premium. You won't have any ads or anything. So put it in your ear and listen to the podcast. Rike from Life Beyond the Sea, Henry, was nice enough to join us on Friday and explain a few things about Philippines and some Vietnam stuff and what it's like in America right now. He's in Southern California. So we had a very productive, very valuable weekend in terms of information flowing, and I just wanted to keep that out today because I won't be able to do any video tomorrow as I go through my first attempt at the mock class for the online company I'm trying to work for. Charles White says, no matter what, no vax will prevent you from getting the seed. That's true. That's what they say. That's what we've heard. Again, I'm not a doctor, but that's been stated in many, many pieces of academic literature. Just reduce the effects we're screwed because they focus on how many get it, not how many have severe reactions and need help. That I agree with, Charles. I think it would be a much, this is just my humble opinion. Again, this is not medical advice or anything like that. I think it would be better to focus on the people who get it and have moderate to severe symptoms, focus on the therapies for it. And if you focus on the therapies for it, and then you focus on getting the vaccine out to people so that if they do get it, their symptoms are mild to moderate, then, you're talking about a livable condition, a livable lifestyle. It would be like, during flu season. People get the flu, you stay away from them, and, you get a flu shot every year, and you hope that helps boost your immunity. And I feel like that's kind of what may be evolving here. Maybe. I'm not saying, so YouTube, don't take down my video. I'm not saying that that's what is happening. That's kind of the way things seem. But you got a good point there, Charles. Charles says you get the vax and to see after you are not treated differently from other people who have the vax, just another number to the count. Can't argue with you, bro. Roy says many people are driving to and from Bangkok to Pattaya the last few days with no checkpoints. Interesting. I didn't know that. Asian Script said, take 20 seconds to Thailand, Rob, with you. I'd love to. I need to speak to Rob at some point and see if he'd be interested in collaborating on something at some point in time. I'm not sure if he would, but I'd ask. Charles says, sorry, frustration climbing to critical level after filter getting thin. Idiots everywhere globally. And hey, man, I can tell you're frustrated. I can tell you were frustrated in the line group this morning. So it's okay to be frustrated. I think a lot of people are frustrated with the entire situation because the reality is, the focus, like you said, the focus is on the numbers, not on is on the total numbers, not on the people that really need to be treated, right? Like, it just seems as though this is a thing that we're going to have to learn to live with, and some people are going to have mild and moderate symptoms, and those people can pretty much, again, I'm not a doctor. This is just what I see. They seem to be able to just take care of themselves and manage it by going to the doctor and maybe getting some medication there or getting some over-the-counter medication. And they seem to manage it fine with mild to moderate symptoms. Those people that have worse symptoms should be treated appropriately in hospitals. And in my humble opinion, again, not a doctor, not medical advice, but it just seems as though let's treat the sick people, right? And everybody else, let's let them recover and give them time to build up their natural immunity to it. So these are just my thoughts. And I don't think anybody higher up in Thailand is thinking this way. And as long as they're not thinking that way, we're not going to see a vast improvement, or at least a quick improvement in travel and tourism in Thailand in 2021. I don't see it happening. So, maybe a different mindset would be the way to go. Robert Mack, good morning to you, sir. And I'm caught up on the comments. Good. So I'll go back. So some more of the numbers here. We're talking about the governments and the Thai government and how these people claim the mismanagement was portrayed. It says with appointments being delayed, talking about jab appointments being delayed and canceled, changing methods of registration, and general mismanagement. 75% of people agreed with that, followed closely by 73% saying the changing information and data about mixing jabs and third booster jabs for those with Sino was hard to follow. 72% found it hard to keep up with the different vaccine brands, which were most effective and which carried different side effects. 66% of poll respondents were confused trying to keep track of businesses closing and financial assistance programs the government enacted to help with COVID. And nearly 56% were unclear on the rules and restrictions involved in traveling between different provinces. So as you can see, there is a ton of confusion that has finally been put on record. But the thing that most people don't understand is this kind of confusion is what's been driving this mass chaos for the last 17 months. Like nothing is ever clear here in Thailand. It just keeps changing, and you have to wonder at some point, like when are we gonna get some good, steady, clear information? And how many more times is the emergency decree going to be extended? How many more how many more times is my province going to change colors according to the CCSA? Can I actually travel somewhere, or am I stuck at home? Are schools going to open, or are they going to remain closed forever? Am I going to have a job if I work over here, or can I not work? Is there going to be the visa extensions, the COVID visas that they've been giving out? Are they going to continue giving them out? And if so, for how long? Where can I go to get a jab? Does it cost anything to get a jab? These are all questions that everybody asks, and often the information that they receive is just absolutely confusing because there is no answer. Or if there is an answer, it changes daily. I'll get your comments in just a second, guys. When reading further, it says, when asked what was the information they found most important, those vaccine details of efficacy and side effects were the top answer, with 72% of those surveyed citing it. 71% thought details of the steps of the government is taking in high-risk areas was very valuable, and 68% found value in how many hospital beds were available and where. 62% thought the results of the C-19 studies and research and treatment methods were of utmost importance, while 61% simply wanted to know how to spot the symptoms in themselves or others. That's the end of the survey, but I would say that the steps that are being taken in quote unquote high risk areas, in my humble opinion, are overbearing and could be interpreted as somewhat draconian in some instances. Thank you guys for giving the 21 thumbs up so far. Appreciate that very much. All right, let's go back up, catch some comments, and see where we're at here. Mr. Charles White says, the one thing I've been happy with in reporting is that Thailand includes the number of people released. Yeah, that's true. They do include the number of people released, like the number of recoveries. They do release those numbers. The U.S. reporting makes it sound like everyone is still in the hospital, no one recovered. That's the U.S. for you, what can I say? Jade Man 2, UC Davis and Johns Hopkins independently found that 10% of all C-19 cases in the U.S. resulted in long haulers. That's certainly possible. Jason, what's up, Jason? Good to see you, man. He says, not getting let out of Australia this year anyway. Hope things have settled by March 22. I think that's about when some freedom to travel will start here. That's horrible, man. I'm really sorry to hear that, Jason. For you Aussies, man, I'm really sorry to hear that. It just doesn't. It's like you guys are going through a lot of the same stuff Thailand's going through, except Thailand's tried to reopen some stuff. I don't think Australia has. I'm not sure, but I don't think they have. Griffin, good to see you this morning. He says, Lyle, good to hear you got both jabs. After I got mine, I felt like I was free to restart living. That's good. I'm glad you had that feeling, Griffin. I'm definitely glad. certainly gives you a little different perspective for sure. Oh, Lyle's already got his second jab on Tuesday. Okay, so Lyle's doing good then. No, he says get again. I get second jab on Tuesday. Okay, so he's getting it on Tuesday. Roy says having strong immunity is the most important thing. Yeah, we can't give that kind of advice on here, Roy. I got to remove your comment. I'm sorry, bro, because the names that you gave there, don't take any offense to it. But, yep, making sure that your immune system is in good condition is never a bad idea, and certainly not a bad idea at this time. I would say probably a good idea to make sure you're in the best condition you could possibly be in, as it would help. I'm sure. That's just basic knowledge. So I don't think anybody can get mad at me for that. LG says, J-Man 2, I heard reports that long haulers were, don't know about that since we don't have any hardcore data to back it up. It is what it is. Griffin says you will be fine. Prep for it in the house. Prep for it says these updates are really helpful. Thanks, Jeremy. You are very welcome. Prep for it. That's what I'm here for, man. Let's not get into what a long hauler is, hey Jose, because you have to get into that offline or look it up. Charles, same thing, because if we get into it, then I have to take their comments down, because right now it's just a general term. So we won't put those up. Please don't put those up. I was mad at the autocorrect. I don't blame you. So essentially what's happening here is, well, Roy says cases are going down in the UK since Freedom Day. Let's hope it continues. Absolutely. I do hope it continues. Hey, Jose understands my point of view. I appreciate that. But it's been a very early morning for me, guys. I started at 3 a.m. and I have a lot to do today, and a lot of stuff to go to prepare for tomorrow. So I just wanted to give you kind of an update on where we're at as of today. I don't know. George says, will we be forced without consent to get that? Nobody in Thailand has put that out there yet. Of course, people talk about it, but I have not heard anybody say that that would happen. Robert took down your message for safety purposes for YouTube. But I have not heard anybody. Of course, there have been rumors about mandates, but for the most part, there's not. I don't see how you can mandate that. I really don't. There was. Well, let me take that back, George. There was. Hey, 212 Ryder, good to see you in the chat. Thanks for joining. I hadn't seen you before, so welcome from Chiang Mai. But George, let me back that statement up, because I do remember the Buriram governor stating that everybody coming into Buriram had to be jabbed. So I'm not sure if that held. I'm not sure if that's still the case. This is where the information, right? You never know if it holds or if it goes away or those things. It's always confusing here in Thailand. It's always confusing. So we hope that the information becomes clearer. Yeah, Rob, that's pretty much happening. I don't think that I don't think the mandate for that needs to happen. I can't read that comment. I have to remove it. Sorry, but that's already happening all over the world. Eventually, it's got to open back up. It's got to. The world does, not just Thailand, but Thailand really has to, because they're doing a lot of hurting right now, and I absolutely hate it for the Thai people. And I hope that you guys that are coming over are doing everything you can to be safe, and make sure you take care of the Thai local businesses. We talked about that yesterday in the live stream, and make sure you take care of the local businesses, because they will benefit you in the long run. I almost guarantee it. and it'll certainly help the Thai economy recover. So with that being said, I'm going to wrap up with you guys today. I want to thank all my channel members for being in here, my moderators for keeping a clean chat. Anyone who made a comment, whether it was removed or not, I still appreciate you making the comment in the chat. Thanks for the dialogue, guys. I hope you got some valuable information out of this live stream. And if you have any questions, definitely, by all means, put them in the comment section below. And I'm losing my voice, so it's time to go. Whatever you guys do today, be sure you do more life. Appreciate you. Love you guys. See you on the next one.